Monty, what's up, man?
How are you, sir?
Good. How we feeling today?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm pretty, man. That's a hell of a beard you got going on there, buddy.
Right back at you, brother.
Where are you calling me from today?
I am in Clarksville, Tennessee, actually. I'm working up here at the Fort Campbell Military Army Base as a strength
Okay, cool. I'm
coach.
based out of Omaha, Nebraska, so I'm a Midwest boy.
Okay, yeah, not too terribly far, honestly.
Yeah, man. Today's actually been pretty decent, man. The last couple of days we had about 75-degree weather. We were getting past those 100 degrees. It's about to get us light us back up here though pretty soon.
Yeah, I feel you. I just moved up here 3 weeks ago from Dallas, Texas, and it's like 108, 110. I mean, it's 90 degrees up here and people complaining. I'm like, man, this is a cold front. So
What do you prefer more? Like, I know it's just you're just recently new up there, but do you like Dallas more than Tennessee, or where do you consider like your safe spot?
Man, that's a tough question because I've moved all over. I'm from Amarillo, Texas originally. I did my undergrad in Abilene. I interned up at Boston College, moved back to Abilene, moved to Fayetteville, Arkansas, moved to Pullman, Washington, back down to Dallas, and then now up here literally 3 weeks ago moved here. But I've been to Nashville the last 2 weekends and I loved
Yeah,
it.
man, you're a
uh,
traveler, brother.
man, the coaching lifestyle, dude, it'll get you.
I see that. Cool. So today's call is really all about you, man. I just want to get some more indication really on where you're at, where you want to be. Hopefully, I'll provide you some strategies to get you there a little bit more faster. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, break it down, man. Like, what have we been up to? Give me the whole rundown of what we've been doing.
Yeah, so man, I got into strength and conditioning coaching when I was in college, and that was 2010 probably when I found the weight room and strength and conditioning was an option. And then, like I said, took me to Boston College, took me back to Abilene. I was working at a PT clinic, hated that. Like I like the people who are healthy and want to work instead of the PT who feel sorry for themselves. So then I went up to Fayetteville, Arkansas. I was a GA there at the University of Arkansas for 2 years, interned for 1 year, coached at a high school there for 4 years. And then my boss at Arkansas, he took the head position at Washington State in 2019. And so I moved up there in 2020. Terrible time to move to the Northwest. Uh, so I got up there and I was up there for a year and a half. It just wasn't a spot where I'm a social butterfly. I just wasn't meeting people. Everything was shut down. I mean, I just had nowhere to go. I was like, you know what? Collegiate athletics isn't that great anyways. I'm making $40,000 at a Pac-12 school, which that conference is gone now. So I got kind of money hungry. Went to Dallas, and for the past year, I've been building homes down there, making good money. I hated it because I was, a project manager. I took the house from sheetrock to completion of the close. So I was in charge of lining up the vendors, making sure people would show up, and people wouldn't show up to their job, and for some reason I was getting in trouble, and then it pushes everything else back, and the homeowners are mad because it's a $2 million home and everything else. So
Yeah.
I got a call in February from this contractor through the Army, and he was like, "Hey, you interested in strength and conditioning?" I was like, "Man, I just moved down here to Dallas. I'm not ready to move again." He was like, "Well, X, Y, and Z, this and that. Your hours are 62, weekends are off, pays decent, and you're 30 minutes from Nashville." I said, "All right, let's do it." So here we are.
So now we're back to strength training, and we're
Yeah,
listening to Jason Aldean going country line dancing every
that's
weekend.
exactly right. Yeah, you're exactly right.
I got you, man. So, do you have any online plans right now?
I
Are you
don't.
working with anything?
I've never dabbled in online. Whoever I was talking to via Instagram, they were asking like, "What's your biggest thing?" I'm a people person, the people connection. Like, I don't look like a strength and conditioning coach, so I have to get that buy-in from somebody on 5'6", 175 on a good day. But once I get that buy-in with somebody and they see I'm consistent, then I got them, and I'm the same person every day. So that's my biggest concern of like online. I don't have a huge this social media following. That's not what I use it for. I use it for friends and family and things that have happened. Like I just posted today for like the second time all year of like, "Hey, life update. I moved to Tennessee 3 weeks ago,"
Yeah.
Uh, but I don't post like me working out. I don't post like me doing deadlift or something. I'm not that guy. So that's the biggest thing of the online stuff kind of makes me nervous. So,
Yeah, 100%. There's a couple ways that we can really navigate that because I've never really been a huge online guy either. But if you start to like really establish yourself in that local area, that local market, a couple
mhm.
quick ways to do it is just local outreach, man. Like,
Hmm.
right, you're in a base right now, reaching out to different high schools, colleges. But how we do that is Another example, I'm partnered with a local supplement company out here. I have all my clients on specific supplementation. That supplement company gives me 30 referrals a month because I'm supporting their business through my clients. So those are
Okay.
really warm leads, right? They're reaching out to me because they need help.
Right.
My wife's in healthcare. I'll go do free seminars because healthcare providers are some of the most unhealthiest people in the world. I'll get
Right.
15 referrals off that just alone. So I'm doing maybe 2 talks in person, maybe twice a month to build that. And then I also have my referrals from that supplement company. And that's just without any online. Like I don't have to do anything right there, right?
Okay.
It's just free money. As far as online goes, you don't need to be that guy that's posting a ton of different workouts. However, we could utilize you working with individuals at that base, right? Where you're going over an explanation on what you're doing and why you're doing it. If we're showing different people and we're showing others how you're solving a problem, people will resonate with that and they'll pay anything if they have an ongoing nagging issue and you can fix it. That's going to be an easy way, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be an area to where we want to market for. We live in a world of entertainment, so people want to be entertained. People also want to know that you're thoroughly educated, and some people just want to be able to feel like they can resonate with you. So who are you outside of work? So like you in Nashville kicking it, right? People want to feel like, damn, if I was out in Nashville, I wish I could find Monty and hang out with him. That's what you want. You
Right.
don't have to have a specific look. I used to be that gym douchebag that would post pictures with my shirt off. Stupid, right? People
Right.
don't care about that. More people want to resonate with individuals they feel like they have a connection with, like a trust.
Mm-hmm.
So really maximizing for how old are you?
I'll be just turned 34. I was just about to say, yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. Like I'm 41. Okay. So I market to men 35 to 50 years old that are high level as CEOs or executives. Why
Okay.
did I choose that? Because they're already established in their business careers, right? Like finance is not a huge deal for them. They got that money. But
Right.
also think about the pain points a 35 to 50-year-old man has that are high level. Terrible eating habits, rarely at home, have a hard time establishing relationships outside of the office. If they do
Mm-hmm.
have kids, if they are married, they're not there very often, so their wife kind of like resents them. So
Mm-hmm.
those are pain points because men, as you know, we are excited by money, power, and sex. You take one of
Yeah.
those things away, we've got some major issues,
Right.
right? So I'm showing men how I can optimize their overall balance in the boardroom, as well as being that father, that provider, that husband they're looking for. And I post stuff of me, my wife, my 5 kids. So I'm showing them how I'm living this lifestyle. I'm showing them how it can be
Mm.
flexible, but then I'm also showing a level of expertise. And
Right.
that's an easy way for me to like get a ton of people in the door, right? So
Nice.
social media is a necessary evil to get going. Once you're averaging, 10 to 12K on a regular basis, that's when we can start talking about running ads and bringing on a DMer to do that stuff for you. So you don't even got to worry about the social media aspect. When you're running ads, those leads come straight to you. It's like a floodgate of leads. Okay.
Okay.
So just to be temporarily inconvenienced, 4 months, we're out of there. Cool.
Cool.
All right. So outside of this, it sounds like we want flexibility because we like to travel, right? We want
Mm-hmm.
financial freedom. We don't want to be making 40, 45K. We
Yeah.
want to be able to do some things. Anything
Right.
that I'm missing? Like, why else are we on this phone call today?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, like you said, just the flexibility to do things. I mean, my hours right now at the base are easy, 6 to 2. Like I said, weekends are off. And so I don't want to have to do a part-time job, where it's hourly and then go to work at Dick's Sporting Good down the street, like set my own schedule or do something like that is nice. Like I said, the extra income is nice, but then also just helping people. I mean, I put this kind of in the little bio last night. It's like my dad, for instance, his health is terrible, and
Yep.
I've seen it growing up. Like he's a farmer and rancher. He's treated his body like crap his whole life. He goes to work. Well, he used to. He'd get up in the morning and go ride the tractor all day and then come in and pig out, and he's
Yep.
carrying around a feed sack on his belly. He's 80 pounds overweight and he's gone through surgery and surgery. So it's kind of personal to me. Like I've gotten this field a little bit of that and it never phased him. So if I can help people out along the route, that's another reason. So,
Yeah. Monetize what we're naturally good at, right? You're a people
right.
person. You're a people pleaser. And more importantly, it sounds like you really get some fulfillment out of working with those individuals and showing them like different aspects they never saw for themselves, right?
Right.
Cool. I love that. So 6 to 2 is an awesome shift. So we can really spend more time maximizing the time that we do have available, which still allows you to yet travel and do the things that you want to do during those times, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Financial goals. what are we bringing in off of your current position? Are we looking to stay there? Is it going to be a second source of income? Are we looking to transition full-time online? Give me a rundown.
This would be second source, like
Okay.
I like the aspect and the idea of working with the military and serving those people as much as I can, being hands-on. This would be a second source. Because like I said, I vibe off of people, and if I was just doing this full time at my apartment or something, I would not enjoy that. But definitely a second source of income. Let's see, I think salary is 55 here at the base. So
55K. Cool.
Yeah.
So what are you, are your straight salary? So they're just paying you based upon how many clients that you service, or what does that look like?
It's literally every 2 weeks paycheck. It's 40 hours. Like they made it very obvious. It's not like collegiate athletics. They're like 40 hours and 40 hours only. Like there's no overtime. You get out of here. Like don't even think about showing up extra because you're contracted out. And I was like, wow, okay, this is great. You mean I don't have to sit here and warm up the baseball guys and then watch a 4-hour game and us lose to Stanford? Awesome. So but yeah, it's 40 hours. It's every 2 weeks. So I mean, and that's how it works. And it literally, I haven't trained anybody yet. Like they've been in the field. We've been here 3 weeks. Maybe we've trained 1 or 2 guys that kind of come in. We're a resource. Like these guys don't have to use, and girls, they don't have to use us if they don't want to. And so they've been out in the field training for the past like 2.5 weeks. And so today, the guys on our team, we got there, we worked out, and then we sat around and read books and worked on programming a little bit till 2. Like it's the most or least stressed job I've ever had. I went from the most stressful job building the homes to the least amount of stress. So I'm like, all right, cool. So.
Yeah, 100%. So cool. Give you some context. Industry averages for online coaching anywhere between $250 a month to $500 a month per client. Okay. So you got quite a bit of experience under your belt, right? So I wouldn't suggest charging anything below $400, okay, on average. Okay. So think about that. If you had, 25 clients, that would get you that 10K a month on top of what you're already making in person as well, on top of your salary, which would be crazy, right? So 120K plus 55K, we're damn near that 200K threshold, right? We're living our best life and going to all the Jason Aldean concerts at that point in time, right?
Right.
Now, what is your overall vision for this online? Like, how big would you want to scale it? Like, is there a specific amount of clients you want to work with online? Is there a specific goal amount that you want to make?
To be honest, no. I mean, since this is so brand new, I don't have any pinpoints or anything like that. I'm one of those guys that door opens and run with it, with any job or anything I've ever had. So I don't have like a pinpoint, like I want to hit this number, right now. Cause like I said, this is all new to me. Like I've never really played the online training game. So I have no idea. So
100%. I was a master level trainer for over 15 years. And I was in person as well, just like you. So I was charging $150 a session. I was training 40 people a week, 2 to 3 times a week. So I was making great money, but I was working from 4:30 in the morning, about 8:30 at night. And then the weird like afternoon hours, there's like a lag time, right?
Right.
So my wife gave me an ultimatum. She's like, you need to get your ass home with these kids, man. I can't do this by myself. So I had to slowly transition. And when I tell you I'm not at all a tech savvy guy at all, like I learned how to turn on the computer like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
I'm super slow when it comes to that. But once you get this down, it's easy, right? So we'll market this to where we can actually bring individuals to come to you, because that's your bread and butter, right? The in-person thing is really where you thrive at. But we'll also bring individuals to want to reach out to you that that aren't in that local area, that want to train with you, right? That see your level of expertise. So it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay. So the cool thing is you don't have any super high expectations right out the gate. It's just anything extra is great, right? Give you some context on time. If you have 10 to 20 hours per week to dictate toward this, you're going to be in a good spot. If you can dictate 20 hours or more, you're in a dangerously great spot. Okay. Do you feel like you have at least that 10 to 20 hours?
Yeah. 10 to 20. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Now, outside of the social media aspect, is there anything else that you foresee as like a really big challenge in order to get this thing up and running for you?
No, not really. No, cool. I really don't.
Gotcha. What have we tried? Is this first steps is as far as entertaining this online thing?
Yeah, this is it.
Cool. All right. What do you feel like you need from like a business coach or a mentor to be successful? Are we looking for like a step-by-step game plan, something structured, more accountable? What do you need?
I would say since I've always had people rolling into me in the weight room. I've done some personal training, but it was literally like, here's your new client. So I mean, something structured here on this step by step. Hey, this is your best option. This is what you should do. Absolutely.
Awesome. I love that. Now, in the next 4 to 6 months, right now you're doing good. We're not stressed. Where would you like to see yourself differently than where you're currently at within your business?
Um, I think it'd be cool if I had 4 to 6 months, 15, 20 clients, 25, 15, 25 clients.
Gotcha. So we want to have a solid foundation built up, consistent clientele, stable income coming off this online thing for additional opportunities, right? Now, with you having this job that you really like, it's very convenient, right? What would life look like if you didn't make a change and you didn't go to the online platform? Well, how would that look like for you?
To be honest, money would probably be pretty tight. So 53 grand. I took a pay cut from building homes to come back and do this, obviously.
Yep.
So just got rid of my truck that I had because I had to get a home, or I had to get a truck to build the homes. So I got rid of that truck when I moved up here, so that way I could have a cheaper car payment, better gas mileage, and then it's easier to get around. So between rent being more expensive and a car payment, like if I don't have extra income coming in, things are gonna be pretty tight.
I
So
gotcha.
finances, yeah.
Okay, so let's flip that question. Let's say that we move forward, you're hitting that 15 to 25 clients, or better yet, we're hitting that, 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis, very consistent on top of your 53K. What does life look like for you then?
Oh man, it's peace of mind. I mean, it's not the coaching paycheck to paycheck lifestyle that I've lived for years, and get to do some things that I want to do and extra hobbies and hit the golf course more.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
100%. So I'm going to do a quick little recap, make sure I have everything correct. All right. I'm going to kind of paraphrase some of this stuff. Right now, we're currently in Tennessee after moving all over the world. we have several different we've been in the game for quite some time, really since 2010. Ended up trying to chase the bread by becoming like a house builder. Like, this ain't for me, this ain't the life.
Yeah.
So now that's what took us from Dallas all the way to Tennessee, because you had this opportunity to work at this space, making 53K, less stress, 6 to 2. You have more time to optimize, to really, reach out your full potential. The main reason why we're on here is we want some financial stability. We want flexibility. We want more opportunities. We want to do what we want when we want. Biggest challenge is social media. We're just trying to figure out how we can navigate this, make it the best of a worst situation as possible, right?
Right.
What we need is a step-by-step game plan, resources, something very structured, makes it simplistic yet efficient. And the next 4 to 6 months, we'd like to have 15 to 25 clients. If we don't move forward, things are going to be pretty fucking tight. And if we do move forward, we're going to have more time to go golf and live our best life, essentially, right?
Yeah, get some
Go get a
aneurysms
truck.
on the golf course.
Yeah, I got you. Cool. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over a high level what we have to offer. Then I'm going to deep dive and show you exactly how I'm going to get you to 10K a month. Cool.
Okay.
All right, my man. Let me know when you can see my screen and we'll party a little bit.
All right. Yep. See it.
All right. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is a big deal. We are accredited through the Better Business Bureau. So we got a rating of an A out of a possible A+, which solidifies who we are in that online space. We're also backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. Okay. On the success ladder, we've got 2 tiers. We're really going to focus today on the 10K Accelerator. This is ideal for an individual such as yourself who is looking to maximize their impact on the online space. The information this course can get us from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months if so desired. Now, once we get to the point where we're hitting 10K a month on a very consistent basis and you see things kind of progressing a lot faster, we can always ascend into mastery level. And that's where our focus kind of shifts from being that coach to more of that CEO role, learning how to lead leaders, stepping away from the day-to-day monotonous activities, and really showing you how to make hires underneath you. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right. Now, our program is really broken up into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do is show you actually how to get first couple of clients right out the gate. Can't establish yourself as an online business if you don't got any paying clients, right? Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We'll help you generate leads organically to maximize your overall reach, and we'll show you sales and retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, it's second to none. You're going to have an assigned one-on-one coach. That individual's been through 10K and mastery level, so they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own built about the information in this course. You'll have a customized game planning call with that individual to review where you're at, where you want to be, in the most efficient way to get there. Every 2 weeks, one-on-one coaching calls very similar to this. Revisit the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, get very specific instructions on what you need to execute. Okay. Next guy that you're going to be meeting with, this is completely separate from your one-on-one coach, a sales coach. This is a game changer. Someone to really maximize your return on investment, how to show you how to close down those calls at a 40% clip or greater. Then you'll have bi-weekly roster group coaching calls accompanied with 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5. So this would go over client objection handling, client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset issues, even case studies. The 24/5 tech support outside of all that. So you can text your coach 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They're contractually obligated to answer every single one of your questions. Becoming a fitness entrepreneur is exciting. It's awesome, but it is overwhelming. Not going to lie to you. That's why we created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, meditation, even journaling sessions, just to ensure you're always in a good headspace to move forward with your business. Resources we provide, you'll have that course curriculum, you'll have that Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. You already know this. Done for you programming will save you hours of time each week to really focus on building your business. So that's there for the taking as well. We'll even provide agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements to your program. We also offer an optional certification at no additional charge. Any questions on all that so far?
So far, so good.
All right, my man. This is the secret sauce to get you from 0 to 10K. 4 phases. Act first. That means we're going to launch our business. We're going to announce to the world who we are and what we're about. But we're going to give you specific strategies to implement to get your first couple clients. Phase 2, we're going to set up all of your back-end systems, make sure you're a fully legal company. Then we'll identify what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll create our offer and pricing. So this first 2 phases for you would probably take about a month to month and a half. It's a one-time setup. The rest of the time is going to be in phase 3 and phase 4. So phase 3, we're going to teach you how to maximize your organic marketing strategies so we can amplify our overall reach over all 3 platforms. We'll show you how to utilize WhatsApp community for our lead generation method, and we'll show you how to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is like the fine tuning of everything, maximizing your sales skills, having consistent client delivery systems, but emphasizing the customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time, but advancing the higher levels of your program. Any questions on those phases?
Nope, I got them.
Cool, man. You're making my job easy. I like you already. All right. The program itself is 33 modules. Each module is going to have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. The link in the videos are tutorial style, so they literally go step by step. So first step to becoming a full-time coach, we talked about strategies. We're going to give you 3 different strategies for you to implement. The cool thing is the resources we provide for you are already done for you, so it makes our time more efficient. The 10K Accelerator, I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the course to its fullest capabilities. The Success Roadmap is going to be a 2-part phase. What do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K a month on our online platform? Then what do we need to do to get to 5 to 10? So step by step there. And then based upon our specific goals, we want to add in daily and evening routines to impact our business. And then again, imposter syndrome, fear of failure, anxiety, those are all natural, normal feelings. We teach you to move past that to move forward with your overall business. We've also identified the top 10 struggles you face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we've provided solutions to each and every one of these. So for instance, struggling in the DMs, it's going to be a lot of the areas that you're going to want to pay attention to when it comes to social media. Now, administration systems and chat GPT is where things get a little interesting. Have you started playing around with chat GPT yet?
Not one bit. My friend, I was in his wedding last month. He showed me about it. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, it's like Google on steroids. It's like a high-power virtual assistant, but it allows us to do our job a lot more efficiently. So we can use this for content creation ideas, creating SOPs, even using it for guidelines for nutrition and programming. Backend systems will show you how to set up Wave and Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly for people to be able to book calls and apply with you. We even have applications you can utilize to upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition into one spot, make it more customized for your clients. Financial systems will show you how to set up your LLC, get your employment identification number, when to open up a business bank account, how to track what's coming in and out of your business, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, business write-offs, all of your business legalities are covered through here. Cool thing is, if you're to set up your LLC the traditional way, It takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks. We're partnered with an AI company. It does this in 20 to 30 minutes. So it's all set up more efficient. From there, we're going to move into target setting. We're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We're going to deep dive into your specific goals. And then from there, we're going to identify what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll create our offer and pricing. So for you, really understanding the value that you bring and all the experience that you have, but also, is this going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, do it yourself program? The more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer, which is established upon the overall length of terms. So we help with the structure of your pricing and also when and how to create downsells and discounts. Any questions on that so far?
Good.
All right, so this is going to be the bottleneck. This is going to be the shitty part. Organic marketing, okay? We're going to show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work, but get 14 different pieces of content created out of this by utilizing an AI software, so everything is more efficient and convenient for you. And then from there, we're going to show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok related. So it's more than just randomly posting. There's specific strategies in each platform in order to get the most optimization out of this. We'll take it all the way down to the hashtag use, page aesthetics, page organization, reels, storylines, call to actions. We'll show you how to maximize every aspect. Show you the same thing on TikTok as well. From there, we'll move into content creation made easy. This is just basically content editing tools. So for instance, Canva Basic, Canva Pro, Microsoft Designer. This is going to make your page more aesthetically pleasing. It's going to attract a lot of individuals, make them want to click on your page. Really good for branding and logos as well. And then the 10K lead generation framework starts off with earned media. I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing or people coming to you specifically. We're going to give you resources and strategies to entice people to want to reach out. One of my favorite strategies I think would be very powerful for you. You're a strength and conditioning coach. Maybe you're partnered with another one from across a different state. Okay. So now their audience gets to see who you are. Your audience gets to see who they are. And we're expanding our overall reach. And we're now able to provide new resources, information to brand new viewers. Another great example, scholarship strategy, incentivizes a lot of people to want to sign up right away. And then we also do call to actions. Opposite end of this is what we call conversation and calls. This is like outbound marketing, or you specifically reaching out to individuals. We'll give you specific scripts that you can change based upon your tonality. We'll give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we're actually going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms, how to build and nurture these relationships, have more intimate one-on-one conversations by filtering them through a WhatsApp group. So they're already engaging with individuals that you already service. They have a better indication on who you are, what you're about, and the testimonials that you provide. Basically builds a lot more trust. From there, we're going to move into the referral strategy, the easiest way to grow your business, friends, families, coworkers, ex-clients. Talk about how amazing you are, but we're going to show you strategies to incentivize them to bring you referrals every single month without you actually having to ask for it. Any questions on all that so far?
Nope, good.
Cool. Last part of this, sales. Okay, we're going to show you how to maximize your sales capabilities. We'll teach you the psychology behind sales as well in order to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. We call this like a 10-minute screening call. You're trying to identify, do I actually want to work with this individual and can I actually solve their problems? If this is someone you decide that you do want to move forward with, we push them on to the closing call. This is like a 45 to 60-minute call. You're trying to lock them in, turn them into a client. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you the entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be a game changer. How to create financing options for people who normally couldn't afford your program, and then how to lock them in once and for all. Now, once we lock them in, we want to go back and we want to track all this. So we want to track how many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, and at what length of terms. So we'll give you our resources behind this so you can do it more efficiently and have predictable data every single month. Objection handling, this is going to be the million excuses you hear on the online platform, okay? We give you over 30 different examples that you're going to hear every single day. The more you can familiarize yourself with this, the easier it is to overcome these objections and get them to want to sign up sooner rather than later. From there, client onboarding, probably the most overlooked area by 90% of coaches and trainers. It's someone's first 30 days in your program. So we want to make sure buyer's remorse is high, excitement, or buyer's remorse is low, excitement is high, but we want to get them resources in their hands within that first 24 to 40 hours while we're building out their programs. We want to establish trust, standards, expectations. Client delivery, this is like what you do best, the week-to-week process and how you deliver services. We just show you how to do it a little bit more efficiently by utilizing some of the newest software. We also go over communication styles. So what happens when someone's ghosting you? They want to quit. They're not going to listen. That's inevitable. Happens to everybody. But typically it happens because individuals want to feel like they want to be a part of something larger. So we'll try to create communities. How do we handle this if people have already paid and they're doing this? How do we mitigate it? And then also, how can we create challenges or incentivize people to do what's already expected to get them to execute on a more consistent basis? And then we'll also show you ways to track your success metrics to ensure that your program is really as good as we think it is. From there, we're going to move into customer support. So how do we deal with cancellations, refund requests? What if someone needs to pause services due to medical issues? How do we track that? And then lastly, client retention, keeping people in the program for long periods of time, but advancing them to higher levels of it. How do we do that? How do we track it? Any questions on all that so far?
No, sir.
Cool. Quick recap, and we'll kind of go over anything else that you have for me. 4-month-long program. You're gonna have your customized game planning call with your coach. You're gonna have that one-on-one coach the entire 4 months. You'll have a one-on-one coach calls every 2 weeks, but you'll also be introduced to a private sales coach. You'll have the Facebook community and CEO trainings, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, done for you programming, and optional certification, and the business course curriculum. Is there anything you felt like we missed?
Nope.
All right, my man. So I did a shit ton of talking. I showed you quite a bit of stuff. What was maybe 1 or 2 things that really stood out for you?
You said that scholarship program brings people on quickly. How's that work?
Yeah, so an example of this, let's pretend that I'm reaching out to you. It's like, hey, Monty, I'm super excited. Over the next week, I'm going to be running a scholarship. And what this gives you the ability to do is if you win, you could win up to 2 months of free coaching with me. Okay, so all these people sign up. I get their email information because, you know, if it's on Facebook or Instagram, they're typing in like, hit a flex emoji or whatever if you want the application or whatever. So then I get all their information and then I pick a winner just randomly. Okay, so let's just say you didn't win. I come back into your inbox and I say, hey, Monty, really excited that you filled out the application. Unfortunately, you didn't win. However, because you did apply, I am, I am providing a discount on my current coaching program for a limited time offer. So essentially, it builds a lot of urgency and it makes you want to sign up because now you feel like you're getting a discount as well.
Right.
So it's an easy way to get a ton of people in that door. Usually I'd run a scholarship program maybe twice a year, earlier, like, right before the New Year's, all the New Year's resolution, it's a great time to get in. And then right before summer, like people want to look good naked, right? So easy way to get them in.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, that's really about it.
Cool. How do we feel about this? Do we like it? Do we love it? Do we hate it?
Yeah, no, it looks good. I mean, it's different. I mean, I've never looked at any of this stuff. So yeah, I'm interested.
Cool. All right. Did you get a chance to check out any testimonials or anything like that?
Nah, I don't really pay much attention to testimonials, to be honest, of anything, because I'll go to a restaurant, somebody says it's shit, and I love it. So
I got you. I'm only going to share 2, and I dummy these down a little bit. I don't overhype them. Okay. First one I want to share is Karina. Not a major success story, but she's killing it. Her goal was she wanted to travel, spend more time with her kids. First tattoo indicates when she started NLCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. Yes, that's a real tattoo. She quit her job after 4 months. Earlier, she's only making $2K a month. After 6 months, she was collecting 10 to 12K a month on a regular basis. She's now making 15K a month. She works 35 hours a week. The reason I share this is I know you've been a traveler. She travels. You want to make a sustainable income. 15K is really damn good, right? At 35 hours a week. That's why I shared her. So it's not a crazy, crazy story there. Now, I want to go on opposite of the spectrum. I'll share Jen. So Jen's an IFBB pros, her husband, Darren. She was a physician's assistant back in 2015. Her goal was she wanted to quit her job, coach full-time. She couldn't get past the hump. She tried her own way for a while. She joined us in 2021. She's now contracting 100K a month on a regular basis, and she has a staff the size of 12 members. Crazy story. Her husband was on our meeting the other day. Last month, they contracted 250,000. They collected 140 of that in 1 month. So 7-figure earner. You can make it as big as you want, as little as you want. Okay.
Right.
Student averages. I like to share this because most companies share their top 10 percenters. I show you what the basic individuals are doing. 73% of our students sign their client month 1. On average, it takes them 1 week to do so. Cool stat behind this. The individuals that sign their client month 1 by the end of month 4 are averaging over 8K per month. The individuals that don't sign their client month 1, but by the end of month 4 are averaging over 6,500. So just to be your basic mediocre student, 6,500 to 8K after 4 months. Pretty damn still good earning potential, right? Cool. Of the students who hit a 10K a month, on average, it takes them just 13 weeks to do so. So just over 90 days. I think you could easily hit that metric with the time that you have available and with your experience. A lot of individuals that are doing this don't come equipped with the level of knowledge that you already have. So I think that you could, once we like really get your mindset on, hey, just a short-term temporary thing with the social media stuff, I think you could crush it. And then of the students who stay with us 12 months, they have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals with 97 clients are averaging $366,000 a year. Now, usually if you're at 97 clients, you're not a one-man show anymore. Industry average 30 to 60 clients on your own would be something you could probably handle. Anything over that starts to get a little bit overwhelming. Typically, when you're hitting about 6 to 8K a month, we can talk about bringing on a DMer. When you're hitting about 8 to 10K, start running ads. 12 to 15K a month on a consistent basis, talk about bringing on an assistant coach, which you have the autonomy to pick from whoever you want. When I did an assistant coach, I picked one of my best buddies who actually hired me when I first got my start in corporate gym. So usually choosing someone that you know can handle that workload that's going to be consistent. And right now our grade is getting scored a 4.6 out of 5. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
Cool. Did you get a chance to hear about the 3 times your investment guarantee?
No.
Okay, so that is a big deal. I am going to hype that one up a little bit. A lot of companies have a money back guarantee. We have a 3 times your investment guarantee. So essentially, you attend your game planning call, which is pretty standard. $10 of your one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month. 1 group support call each week. Charge at least the bare minimum suggested price of $250 or more for services. Run a scholarship program within your first 90 days, which is only going to get you clients. Don't spend longer than 2 weeks on the optional certification, which you would need because you already have a couple. And no late payments. You do all that and complete the course to its entirety, we guarantee you'll 3 times the amount you invest in or get 100% refund. Year to date, we've helped nearly 3,000 students. We've only had to return 1.6%. Does that give you a little bit more confidence?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Any questions on those averages or the guarantees?
Nope.
All right, my man. Next, we're going to talk about what's this thing going to cost us. Okay. There'll be a payment plan. There'll be a paid in full option. Paid in full just means we pay the whole thing up front. We save a significant amount of money. Payment plan just means we figure out what's going to be best for your budget and we'll put a down payment based upon that and spread it out over 4 months. Okay. We have extended payment plans and financing options as well, if that's something that we need to, address later. Any other questions on that before I dive in? All right, my brother, what's this going to cost us? 100,000 your left kidney. I'm playing, man. There's a payment plan of 7,300, a paid in full option of 6,500 that saves you $800. Out of those 2, which do you think works best for you?
Payment plan.
Cool. That's exactly what I did. That's what 90% of the students do. So let's talk about that. Okay. So average put down usually would be about 2,300. That brings your payment plan down to 5,000. You spread that out over 4 months, it'd be 1,250. We spread it out over 6 months, it would be 1,000, which is equivalent to you needing about 3 to 5 clients, depending on what you're charging.
Say that again.
Which part did I mess you up on?
So down payment of 2,300.
Yep, that would give a remaining balance of 5,000. If we spread that out over a 4-month plan, it'd be 1,250. If we spread it out over 6 months, it'd be 1,000. So that's equivalent. Both of those are equivalent to you needing 3 to 5 clients a month, depending on what you're charging.
Okay, so 7,300. Put down 2,300. 5,000. Okay. You said that's average of 5. How many clients? 5 clients.
That'd be 3 to 5, depending on what you're charging. So for you, I wouldn't really charge anything below 400. To give you an example of what I did when I started out, I got quite a few different qualifications, but what I did was I didn't do any month-to-month stuff. Again, the big thing for you, especially you got to understand the value that you bring. You're really good at what you do, right? You've been a strength and conditioning coach for a long periods of time. So I did like a 4, 8, and 12-month package. That was the only options. I didn't ask who month to month. Nah, wasn't an option. I honestly wanted to get them to do paid in fulls, but if they couldn't, my 4-month package would be equivalent to $450 per month. My 8-month package would be equivalent to $375 per month. And my 12-month package would be equivalent to $350 per month. 95% of people were going between the 8 and the 12. Okay. Which is great because at 4 months, I chose those because at 4 months, you have like legitimately habit changes at 4 months. Okay. At 8 months, you have a physical transformation. At 12 months, you have a whole lifestyle change. But at 8 and 12, you no longer view me as a coach. You view me as a trusted friend. And it's harder to say no to a friend, right? The other things that I do as well, let's say that you're my client, and let's say you went with my 8-month package. What I'm doing is I'm doing 6 to 8 week blocks based upon your specific goals, right? But then as you're on like month 7, I'm gonna be like, yo, Monty, like we need to set up the second phone call. And you're gonna be like, wow, what's going on? I'm killing it. I'm like, yeah, but I gotta show you something. I'm gonna already have a brand new program laid out a month ahead of time based upon where we're going with our metrics, which you as the individual, like, shit, he's already got a plan for me a month ahead of time. So again, that builds in urgency, and I'm not having that weird conversation like, so do you want to continue? I'm already assuming that we're going to, because in your mind, you're like, man, this guy has me in his thoughts. He's already developed a program. He's showing me what we're going to transition to next. And then I might say, Monty, you've been with me for 8 months. I'm actually going to reward you for your consistency. I'm going to give you a month of training for free. So you let me know what month we want to hold off on that payment, and we'll just put a pause on that. Then whether you're a high ticket person or not, you're gonna be like, dude, you're gonna tell your buddies, like, dude, this guy gives me dope training. He already had a program listed out for me a month ahead of time. And then on top of that, because I was consistent, he gave me a month or 2 for free. So you're gonna tell all your buddies. And now for me, it's like, for my business, man, I'm gonna be completely 100% honest with you. Guess what? I never fucking post online ever anymore. I have so many people coming through referrals. That's my bread and butter. Anything that trickles in online, it's just icing on the cake for me now.
Yeah.
So when I tell, go ahead.
I said word of mouth, most powerful advertisement there is.
100%. So word of mouth. So especially the cool thing about word of mouth is there's going to be individuals, as you know, you love to train in person, that fills your cup. That hour session feels like 20 minutes because you're having fun. And there's some individuals you train, you're like, oh my God, it feels like 3 hours. And I get them for 10 minutes. Those are the ones I push to online, right? Because I'm like, if I'm going to invest my time in them, I want it to be like A, high ticket, and B, they're fun. But if they're bringing me referrals, I can just be like, hey, right now I'm only capping my in-person roster out at 5 to 10, whatever you want to do. The rest is going to be online. But what I used to do, what I called it, was the revolving door effect. So I'd bring in all these high ticket guys that used to be like CEOs of car places. I say, hey, let's say you're one of them. Like, Monty, you've been with me for like 4 months now, man. You're killing it. Let's look at the progress we've made. It's all factual data. I'm saying, hey, man, I'm gonna do you a favor. Let's take these training wheels off, man. I think you're solid to kind of run things on your own. However, if you're local, I'm still going to meet with you in person once a month just to go over the game planning stuff. You'll still have access to me. You'll still have the customized programming, all that stuff, right? However, the monthly rate is going to be significantly cheaper because you're now online. So what I would do is, once you gave me a referral, I'd run them through for 3 or 4 months. I'd just have cycle people to my online as it's building up my referrals. And then it got to the point where I had so many referrals, I could go full time online. I'm 41 though. So as you know, Monday through Friday, your body starts feeling beat up by Friday, but from doing all those sessions.
Right. Yeah.
So easy way to grow up.
Nice.
And I think that'd be your bread and butter. I think that'd be like a great game plan for you, especially when I'm talking to guys that don't like social media. I never post that anymore.
Yeah.
But it was a necessary evil to get me to where I needed to be. Once I had that foundation built, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So do we feel like that's something we could commit to?
Financially right now, that 2,300 is going to be pretty tough, to be honest.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about not moving forward for right now. Let's just ask a couple questions.
Okay.
You're a poker player, man. You got that stone cold poker face.
No, I don't. I don't play poker.
So now, after seeing everything, do we feel like you feel like this is gonna get you past the hurdles of the social media, the challenges, and actually get you some additional income?
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Are you pretty confident in your own skill set to follow through if you had that structured game plan and that resources and the coaching with it?
Yeah.
Cool. So all it comes down to is something financially that needs to make sense for you in order to move forward. Is that correct?
Yeah, and this is mulling it over. I mean, I've jumped into things before, like not really like this. It's more like Herbalife, and then you get effed over on Herbalife and something stupid like that. And this is definitely not like that. So
for sure. So I just want to give you a little context on that, because that's a natural fear that a lot of people have. So 1, 3 times your investment guarantee. If you're confident in your own skill set and abilities, if you just follow through, man, just do what's expected, you can't fail. Really quick, man, I forgot to show you this. Let me go back. I want to show you something. I forgot to show you this. It's going to give you some context on literally how easy this is. I literally tell you this is dummy proof because I did it. So check this out. I'm just going to pull up a random a random module. Okay. So every module is going to have this overview document. Up here is going to be all the videos. Okay. Down here is going to be the written material. So check this out. When you click on this written material right here, this will save to your Google Docs. So you'll always have access to this. Okay. This literally goes step by step in written format. Okay. So if you know how to read and follow instructions, you're good, right? This is essentially like a college course with the answers circled and highlighted in red for you. If you can't figure this out, we've got problems, right? Now, check this out. If you're a visual learner like me, maybe you're trying to set up Wave, click on this, check this out. Let's scoot this back a little bit. Oops. So he's literally going step by step, showing you visually. So when I went through, man, I'm not gonna lie, I had 2 screens up. I had one, he was telling me what to do. I'd hit pause, then I'd go do it. Hit pause, go do it. It's that simple, man. All of the answers are laid out there. Cool. I just want to show you that. Okay. Now let's go back to what we we're talking about. Okay. So financially, if we can figure something out, if we can get resourceful together and it makes sense for you and your budget, is this something that you'd want to move forward with in order to get you to where you want to be more efficiently?
Yeah. Yeah, cool. It really is.
All right, cool. Let's talk about it. Okay. So I think a really good option would be is we could do a 12-month payment plan. Okay. So it incentivizes you to get it done in 4 months. The reason why, it's a little bit of a higher price, but for the first 4 months, we honored the 7,300. Okay. So if you paid off in 4 months, we honor the 7,300. If you paid off in 60 days, we honor the 6,500. So you save $800. So either way, it incentivizes you to knock it out the ballpark. If you can't, it's just 12 months of 730 a month. So it's just 730 down over 12 months. Okay. Now, if you have to take it past 4 months, there's small interest. So the overall payment is based off of 8,760. So it's 730 over those months. But again, if you pay it off over the 4, boom, you're done and you get it qualified at 7,300. If you paid off in 60 days, you save the $800. We honor it at the 6,500 rate. Do you feel like that would work for you?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I don't know if I'm trying to think. Yeah, I probably can't afford to pay an extra 700 a month right now. That's the thing.
Oh, no, I totally get it.
Between rent and the car payment, I mean, that's the thing. So,
no, I totally get that. Yeah. So let me ask you this. Let's move this forward off the table too. Okay, let's just pause for a second.
Because I don't want to put this on my credit card.
You say what?
But I don't want to put this on the credit card.
No, 100%. I get that. So let me ask you this. If we don't move forward, right, what happens? Things are going to be tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, we've been in this situation before. We're both grown men. If we don't move forward, ideally, are we actually going to move forward down the road?
Yeah, no.
Right, no.
So I'm reading a book right now, Vaynerchuk or whatever his name is, that Gary Vaynerchuk called Crush. Yeah. So
after the come to Jesus moment fades, right?
Yeah.
We're like, fuck this, 7,300. Yeah, right, bro. So I've been there because when I was on the opposite end of the screen back in the day, it took me 4 months to book my second call, and I was making decent money, but it's like, oh man, I don't know. Right. But the likelihood of us actually following through is slim to none. So think about your clients. If they're in a constantly perpetual same cycle, they're going through, dieting struggles up and down. Are they really going to continue like that if they don't have the proper coaching?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So yes, is it going to be uncomfortable for a little bit? Yeah. Now, I am able to do financing options as well. If that's something, my goal is to try to avoid financing for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. But if we can do smaller down payments, we can even get as creative as we need to be. But if we know this will provide you a cushion, even if you made an additional 4K a month minimum, it's an additional 48,000 on top of your 55K that you make. So you're no longer stuck in that financial grind. Do you think that would be worth it to become Monty 2.0?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's structure something out. Okay. We do have, how good is your credit? Good, bad, great, awesome, amazing. What does it look like?
Good. It's good.
Yeah, okay. So are we,
they just ran it the other day when I got the car and it was way up there.
Okay. So are you like upper 700s?
Yeah, I think I'm above that actually. I think I'm in the 8s.
Okay, so cool. We have a couple different options I think would work well for you. If you're open to it, one of them is a financing option. It's called Fund My Contract. What this allows us to do is there's no down payments for 30 days at all. Based on if you get approved, which will go to like debt to income, there's numerous factors. But if you get approved, they'll take the payment plan and break it up into much smaller payments. That one's slightly a little bit higher. That's 7,665. They divide that over anywhere between a 1 to 5 year loan. That could be anywhere between $200 to $500 a month, depending on what you're getting charged. Okay. So that would be a really good option because it lowers the monthly amount. Okay. That's probably going to be one of the best ones if you're looking into possibly doing financing. If you finance through us, which was that 12-month plan, there's no interest if we pay it off within that 4 months or 60 days. So I want you to think it to yourself right now, how skilled you are in what you've been doing as a strength and conditioning coach. So if you know you're good and you're structured and you just show up, but you have now someone kind of guiding you and you're having multiple touch points. So you're not just, you have that one-on-one coach, you have the group calls, you have the private sales coach, you have a private Facebook group. That's something that's very underutilized, by the way. When I went through it, I was texting my coach every damn day and I was putting the same questions in the group chat just to see if I can get the same answers, but I'm petty like that. So my point is, if I'm investing, I'm getting everything I can out of this thing. And I was showing up to more than just one group call. That was me though. I always believed in one more rep, one more set, one more call. Think about the best people that you ever worked with, best clients. Typically, or to think about yourself in college, the best people have the 3 C's. They're coachable, they're committed, they're consistent, right? Coachable, I'm able to take feedback, not get butt hurt over what they tell me I'm not doing right, and then adjust. Committed, taking action based upon where I want to be, not my current circumstance. And then, consistent, doing things day in and day out, no matter how I feel about it. Right? If you can do the things that you don't want to do with the same passion that you do for the things you love, you'll kill it, especially if we know it's just a temporary short-term inconvenience. Would you rather be inconvenienced for 4 months and make that money 3 times fold, or would you rather be in our current circumstance to where we're scraping by?
Yeah, I know the answer.
Right?
Yeah. But also no numbers, current numbers.
100%. And I'm trying to figure out the numbers that'll make the most sense for you to where we might not be scraping by so much. So think about that. Right. If you get your first client in, that first month, you get a first couple clients in month 1, that's already making a return of investment. So again, it's not just online, it's being able to attract people to want to come to you as well.
Right. Yeah.
Now, my question would be, are you trying to avoid having to do any type of financing, or are you open to that?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to avoid that.
Yep. So the one I told you about, the Fund My Contract, is going to be your best option if you were to do financing. The one through us gives us some flexibility because technically, if you pay off before 4 months, you don't have to pay any interest at all. No credit checks, there's nothing like that.
Right.
Otherwise, what we could do is we could put down a small down payment on a payment plan, and we could just structure it to where maybe it's coming out maybe we just do a chunk every 2 months. Right. We could spread it out over 3 different payments. So it's really based upon how resourceful you're willing to get.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty resourceful. There's no TV in my apartment.
Gotcha.
There's no TV.
That's why you're in Nashville every weekend.
Yeah, that's why my buddies are coming up this weekend. Let me think about it. Let me mull it over. Let me think about this and check everything and see what I can do.
I'm cool with that. Now, out of curiosity, what is it that you need to think about specifically, so I know how to better help you on our next call?
Specifically, I've only seen 1 paycheck. That was last Friday, and that had my moving bonus in there. So to maybe see what the other paychecks would look like, and that would help me with knowing how much I could put down, finance, no finance, stuff like that. That would give me an idea of all right, like I said, I'm resourceful. I'm cheap son of a gun. I've found everything in this apartment off Facebook Marketplace. I didn't go buy anything new. So it's like, all right, if I have this much coming in and I know I have this for rent and car, cell phone, what do I have to work with? That would be my thing to think about and see if that
Okay.
makes sense. If that makes sense. So I get a good baseline of what I could put down and what I could work with to get this going.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Because I don't want
So
to, I also don't want to like say, hey, I can only put this X amount down and then my monthly payments are screwing me, or say, oh yeah, I could put $3,000 down and then I'm screwed. I know I can't put that much down because I had to put $5,000 on my car the other day.
yeah. So I got a suggestion if you're open to it. And I'm cool with all of those things that you mentioned. Because at the end of the day, I want to make sure this is in alignment with you. But what about this? We could start off with zero type of financing at all. We could put down like something very minimal. Like I said, maybe we start off at that 12-month and you realize your next paycheck, you're like, hey, I'm actually good. We can always adjust that and just turn it into a normal payment plan. But at least it allows you to get going. It allows you to take accountability. Because if we don't, I'm going to be honest with you, man. If we could say, hey, next week I'm going to check out my stuff, I'll be back. I was the same way. You're not coming back. 90% of the people do not come back based off of that, right? There's going to be other shit's going to happen. Let me ask you this, kind of give you an idea. Someone put this to me one time, I'll never forget it. They're like, hey, when you go to the gym, do you drive there? I go, yeah. And he goes, okay, so there's a possibility you could get in a car accident, but do you still get in your car? Yeah, I do, right? Same situation here. I want you to think now, if a client came to you and was like, Monty, you're everything that I need, man. Your program's the shit. It's going to get me off these medications. I'm going to feel better. I know this is exactly what I need to do to take myself to the next level, to be a better man, a better husband, again, insert whatever they want, okay? And they said, but I just need to think about it for a while. What would you tell that client?
Pretty much what you just said about going to the gym. You never know when it might be your last day. So get in there.
100%. So my thought process is, let's start off with just taking action, putting something small down, and hey, maybe in a week or two you figure out you can put down more, then you can. But at least let's put something down, and let's just start off with something small.
All right.
So what I suggest is, let's start off with just the 12-month payment plan. That allows you to put the minimum down to the $730. Okay. If you realize over the next week, hey man, I actually want to turn this into a payment plan, we can adjust that.
Okay.
You cool with that?
So how much am I putting down?
$730.
Sorry, I got numbers written down.
Oh yeah, you're good, man. And this is the reason I suggested that one. We have a much smaller one. Like I said, if you were going into financing, I'd probably want you to go into like Fund My Contract. There is one for sure that you would definitely get guaranteed for. That minimum down's $424. Your monthly payments would be equivalent to $622, which is like you needing like 1.5 to 2 clients, depending on what you're charging. But that's over a 12-month payment plan, and that interest is like, I want to say about 14%. Typically, your credit cards are about 18.99%. So it's not terrible. But the Fund My Contract one breaks it down even smaller, to where there's nothing down for 30 days if you get approved for it. Now, I'm going based off of the goal to not have to do any financing at all. Well, I'm just doing this through our in-house until you figure out what your payments are. So at least if we get you going today, I can get you onboarded in the morning. So we can actually start building our momentum, actually trying to go get clients, setting up all of our back-end systems. Think where you'd be in 2 weeks versus if we didn't do anything at all.
You're a good salesman.
No, I'm telling you, because this is what I went through myself. My wife, the second call is crazy. I was making good money. I'm like, I asked my wife, like, dude, why do I need to do this? I make good money. She's like, Jeremy, you haven't shown up at the second sales call in 4 months. She booked the call for me and goes, and made it for a time that she would be home from her job to ensure that I was on the call. She sat in there like I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I've been where you're at. That's why I'm so persistent in giving you different perspectives on this.
So who do I, like, if I sign up, who do I work with, or do I ever see you again, or what's that?
Yeah, I'll actually be staying in contact with you. So what I typically do with all of my individual people that I help sign up, at the 3-week mark, I follow up and like, hey man, how's things feeling? You're going to have your own coach though. So I'm just helping you get started, but then your coach is going to be that main go-to person. A lot
Right.
of the individuals that I get on calls with, they save me in their calls, or they add me on Instagram, that we just talk shit all the time, right? Just talking shop. I also reach out to you again at the halfway mark just to make sure that things are still rolling smoothly. If you have any questions, concerns with your coaches, I can help with that. But you get paired up with an individual, which we go over next. Like, what's your learning style? Do you want someone firm? Do you want someone warm, energetic? Like, what is your learning style, right? Do you want someone that's gonna, for me, I wanted someone who's actually gonna handhold me, because this was new territory. So I know that seems like you're very structured. I wanted structure, but I also wanted someone like to literally hold my hand and make sure they were available for all my questions. Because this is brand new territory for me, just like it's brand new territory for you. Because there's going to be a lot of days that you're going to be like, what did I get myself into? Especially because it's online. And unfortunately, the truth is everything is going to online. You either get caught up or you get left behind.
Right. So all the learning, like all those modules, they're based off how fast I do them and stuff, right? Or how much I want to put into it.
Yeah. So like, there's no set time to where you go as fast as you want,
right?
As slow as you.
I mean, you blow through it, you don't learn it. But then again, if you take 6 months, then you're going to be left behind too.
Well, so this is the thing. So say, for instance, there's individuals, like I had a guy that was running his own construction business. So he's through the roof busy, right? So he's like, man, I got maybe 5 hours to start off. I said, cool, let's just reset our expectations. Are you going to get to 10K or 15K in 4 months? No, if you're only getting 5 hours, but you're getting all your backend system set up. So I want you to think of this when you train programs, progressive overload. We're making small changes that are amplifying what we're trying to do, right? It's making us better. So if you're off at 2, bro, we could be killing this shit. You'd still have an opportunity to have a normal outside life. So from maybe from 6 to 2, you're working. Maybe from 2:33 to 4, you do it like an hour or two, go get you a quick little workout to kind of refresh, step away from the screen, and then maybe you do another hour, however you want to do it. For me, how I did it, because I didn't have much time, I would pop in a module when I was driving to the gym, because the modules are anywhere between a couple minutes to 35 minutes, depending on how detailed it is, right? So I'd be popping it in. I'd pop it in when I was doing cardio. So by the time I got home, I was implementing what I just listened to, because you don't move forward until you actually complete the steps. It's not one of those courses where you learn all this shit and then you go back and execute. You execute as you go. That's the beauty behind it. And then your coach is like, all right, cool, Monty. So from week 1 to 2, based upon where you're currently at, we need to execute A, B, and C. Here's the resources to get there. Go do it.
Okay.
Right. And in the meantime, if you're not doing that, if you have a question, you don't just not do it. You reach out to your coach, you go to the Facebook group. Hey, I'm having a hard time struggling with A, B, and C. Does anyone have an answer for this? You'll get a shit ton of responses. So for me, I wanted a coach that was very handholdy, that was always available, that would like make sure that they were reaching out to me within 24 hours. I was asking questions every single day, even if I already did it. Hey, I did this. Is that right? Yes, Jeremy. We went over that on your checklist sheet. Awesome. Just want to make sure I'm still on pace.
Yeah, that's what I would be.
But if you don't take action, we continue this, we're just going to continue to overthink.
Right.
When you overthink, you don't commit. When you don't commit, nothing fucking changes.
Right. All right, let's do it.
So you want to do the 12-month one for right now?
This put down 7:30.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, cool. So I'm going to show you some of the software that we actually utilize. Cool. So when you have your own personal business, I have both. So we'll show you how to set up Wave and Stripe. Me personally, I have 2 payment systems at all times, because technology is technology. Something goes down, you want to have a backup system ready to go. Okay. So both of them are extremely user friendly, but this one is, I mean, they're all pretty user friendly, but this one is super easy. It'll load up here. So this is one of the processing systems we'll talk about in our modules. Super simple. The cool thing is, once you have these things set up, it's really not that difficult to navigate. Social media starts becoming easy too. So you go in here, you'll have a personal one. I have 2, so I have my personal, and then I have next level. And then check out how you use this. You'll go to create new. You're going to hit invoice. Boom, add customer, super simple. And now I'm just typing in your information. Give me 2 seconds. Monty, spell your name wrong. Monty Matthews.
One T in Matthews.
What'd you say?
I said one T in Matthews.
Oh,
or I'll
good
never
catch.
get the email.
Good catch. All right, what's a good email address for you, brother?
Matthews-m@hotmail.com.
You said -m at Hotmail?
Yeah, Hotmail. Still rocking Hotmail.
Man, you are old school. I tell you what, I still have a Yahoo account. You can't beat that.
Told you I don't like technology.
I don't either. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
806
Okay.
676
Okay.
1618.
Cool. All right. What's a good billing address?
200 Holland, Holland. Right there, drive. Yep. And then, yeah, unit F617.
Cool. And this is super easy too, because as you start building these up, depending on what you're gonna, different options that you have, this will auto populate. So we're just gonna hit 10K accelerator. Then I'm just gonna edit this out. Put here 730, and I'm gonna put payment. Oh, so you know what that is. Cool. And here, this is why I like this, because this supports you and the client. I agree to pay the terms as outlined in my contract with Next Level Coaching, which is all the stuff that we've gone over, which is all the same things I'm going to stipulate and put in. Everything I promised you will put in your contract. Then you're going to hit save and continue. This is really cool too, because then you can hit approve draft, and then they can actually see you typing in their information. So get shareable link, or if they didn't want to, you could send this over their invoice and they could just pay it privately as well. So you'll preview a new window. But since you're having a 12-month payment plan, you're going to want to make sure we save the card on file, and we'll just set up your reoccurring payments. Really simple. It's on me. There we go. All right, I'm ready when you are, my man.
4147
4147
2025
2025
4594
4594
9735
9735. Month and year.
0527
527. CVV.
639.
Gotcha. Then how does your card read?
Monty Matthews. And then I think the zip. Oh no, they would have changed that. Zip would be 37043. Because I changed everything.
Cool. 37043. Cool.
Sorry, my dog.
What type of dog do you got?
Got a toy Australian Shepherd.
I got a Frenchie, man. That thing's crazy.
Yeah, Jamie's over there messing with the blinds.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up your reoccurring, so that way you don't have to worry about any late payments. So then this one's cool because your information should already be in here if we did this correctly. Boom. Okay. Payment. Okay. Accelerator. 730. I'm just going to put in here. Please. Save and continue, super simple. And then yours will come out on the 7th of each month. Okay, and the next one will start as of September. And after 11. Okay. So we do this, and as you can see, the next one will auto-generate in a month from now. Boom. Now you're official.
Y'all help me get clients, right?
Yeah, we show you exactly like for instance, that first module where we're talking about the different strategies. You're already certified, so you'll end up doing like an intro post, which will show you how to do, walk you through that. And then probably I'd say maybe like after a week or two after your intro post, they'll probably start talking to you about running your scholarship strategy, which is going to be a great way, especially for someone like you who's got a lot of skin in the game. It's going to be an easy way to target a lot of individuals. And then I'd also probably reach out to some of your power base. So some of the people that you've already trained back when you were in Texas, or people that were interested in you before, easy way to get them in the door. And then we'll also show you different ways on how to, like, for instance, me, I don't utilize TikTok. I'm too old for that. Like,
I don't have it.
Men 35 to 50 that are high level, I hope they're not on TikTok. Otherwise, we got problems, in my opinion, right? So I get a lot of my business off of like Facebook because it's an older demographic, but it's also tied to my Instagram. So it's an easy way for me to get people that way as well. So this one's really simple too. So everything that I promised you today, we're just going to put in here. So we go here. As you build these up, like I put these down from guaranteed contracts to non-guaranteed. Yours is actual guaranteed. That's that 3 times investment.
So what? Hold on, I'm having buyer's regret here. I'm not gonna lie. How quick? When do I have to get this paid off? 4 months.
So this is the thing. Tonight, the reason that we're doing this. Let me stop this for a second. The reason that we did 7:30 is it's the most minimal down. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that buys you a little bit of time, because this way you find out what you're getting paid the next week or two, depending on how those paychecks come in. Okay. Yeah. Now you have 12 months to pay this off. Your monthly payment's not going to change. It'll be $730 a month. However, if you pay this off in 4 months, which is the whole entirety of the course, 4 months, you get it at that $7,300. If you pay it off in 60 days, you get it at $6,500, which saves you $800. So all 3 strategies are great because, one, it allows you to get in, actually start doing some work, taking action. B, it incentivizes you to stay on track, because if you do, you should have no issues 3 times in your investment, right? Remember that 3 times your investment guarantee? It's actually in your contract. Do that, you'll have no worries to pay this thing off early, right? And if you're doing really good, you pay this thing off in 60 days, get the paid in full amount, right? So at the end of the day, it's a temporary short-term discomfort to greatly impact what you're going to be making financially, right? So I want you to think, when you're starting to go through that, like, shit, what am I doing? You need to go back to the reason as to why we're here in the first place. Do you want things to be tight? Fuck no, right? We want to actually have some flexibility, being able to do some things, be able to book that vacation without having to look twice at our bank account, being able to go back and get that truck, right? Like, there's just certain things that you're going to want to do. That does money buy you happiness? No, but it also reduces a shit ton of stress, right?
Okay.
So now this is the reason you're feeling uncomfortable, is because we're in a brand new situation. I felt the same way. If you don't feel anxiety, you don't feel a little low of nervous or scared shitless, you're not normal. This is natural feelings, especially for guys like me and you that have never charted this territory before. But guess what? At one point in time, you weren't a strength and conditioning coach, and that involves a shit ton of education. That's a hard certification to get, right? So think about the things that you've already proven to yourself that you've done that is significantly harder than a step-by-step how-to program.
Yeah. Yep.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, man. You're going to have plenty of these. And so that's another thing. So if I was going to recommend any call that you do go to those weekly mindset calls. They are a game changer. Okay. Like when you get into course access, go through those mindset calls, which I'll show you here in a second as well. Once we kind of move forward, while we're filling this stuff out, if there's a picture how you want to be viewed by others, send that to my text message right now, because you'll be on our private Facebook group. It's going to say, hey, welcome Monty to 10K Accelerator. And that's how people are going to be able to view you. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and send me something like that now. I'm going to share my screen again so you can kind of see what else I'm doing.
All right, let me go grab my phone then.
Yeah, you got it. Was it Matthews/M at Hotmail?
Dash, you got it.
Okay, cool. My Alzheimer's hasn't kicked in yet today, so I'm good. So we're gonna go here next. I'm gonna walk you through all this. So today is when we came into agreement. This is what you'll do with your clients as well if you're using DocuSign. So we came into agreement on the 7th. Can't believe it's already August. That's pretty crazy. And then here, as we scroll down, it's going to be a 4-month program. So again, I want you to have some comfort in this, that you'll be able to kill this stuff. You just follow through like you're supposed to, 0 issues, man. You just got to show up and do the work. That's it. You already mentioned you're confident in your own skill set. Just show up, man. You'll have no problems. I'm gonna have your start date though. I'm gonna give you a full start date, like a full-fledged start date tomorrow. Okay, so you'll get a text message from an onboarding specialist, probably between 9 and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Usually before then, but I usually tell people, depending on how busy they are, you can expect it at that time. Okay. And this will go through 12/8. Now, did you want this start date to be tonight or tomorrow? It's up to you, but I thought I'd give you a full day tomorrow to really dive in.
Tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Now, as it here, it shows what's included. You're going to have that certification coach certification optional. You don't have to utilize that if you don't want. You're going to have that whole course curriculum. You're going to have that private Facebook community. You're having that orientation call, which is really a great opportunity for you and your coach to really get to know each other better. You're going to have your customized game planning call, 24/5 tech support, 5 times a week group support calls, private one-on-one coaching, one-on-one sales coaching, Zenpreneur, access to done for you programming. So you're going to have all that. You know what I'm also going to do, since you jumped on today, I'm going to give you a resource packet as well. That resource packet is really cool. It's extra value. So say, for instance, you got clients that are trying to figure out where to eat when they go out, like when they're out of town, stuff like that. Really cool, loaded with information that you can just have. Okay. So that'll be another incentive. So for here, I'm going to put specials in here. I'm going to put NLCA 12-month payment plan. Payment plan 760. And here, I'm also going to put resource packet included. Okay. And on the bottom here, we're going to talk about everything that we did today. So here, we're going to go 10K Accelerator 12. Here, client paid 730, 723. Dollars out. In 4 months, we will, oops. 60 days.
Man, I'm looking at my finances, Jeremy. I don't think I can do it.
All right, my man. So let's talk. Let's pause for a second, my brother.
I'm just looking at my stuff right now. Like, I'll be on a $730 a month because that card I just put it on is a credit card. So it makes me nervous.
So yeah, it's going to be nervous.
I mean, literally, like, can I take 2 weeks, see my bank? I know you said 90% of the people don't come back, but I mean, my passion is in fitness and helping, and I want everything you're saying. I really do, but I also don't want to be drowning in debt, and scrambling.
100%. So let's pause for a second. I'm with whatever you want to do, my man.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, I
I'm
like
with
everything you're saying. I like you, but I'm also like, I just nearly paid off my credit card and I don't want to have to be scrambling more. I'm very, very interested. And like I said, I'm always constantly reading, trying to get better, all those things, making a brand for myself, all the stuff that I'm reading that book and all the other stuff. So I just, right now, I just don't know if I can do it. I mean, hell, I just moved up here 2.5 weeks ago. So trying to get settled in. I just time, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to just rush into anything, even though I like everything you're saying. I really do. And I want to help.
So let's pause. Let's take it. I got different ideas for you. Okay. So one, let's first talk about, because right now we have a major sense of fear going on, like a mindset issue, right?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, your credit's great, which is awesome because a lot of individuals don't have good credit. Okay. So we already know that you make good decisions financially, right? You do know that you're a skilled trainer, correct? That's why you left housing to do what you fully love to do, right or wrong?
Yep.
Okay. So yes, is it going to be short-term discomfort, but we're also making 55K. To give you some clarity, I have individuals, single moms that have never trained a day in their life. They were actually to the point where, and I can send you different testimonials. I know this, you think some of them are bullshit, but the fact of the matter is this is real life people. There's a girl that was literally facing eviction, and all people, she should have said, hey, you know what? I'll come back when I got the money. But she was also tired of being sick and tired of barely scraping by or having the money. So when your back is up against the wall and you do something because it's greater than just you, for her, she wanted to support her kids. Her first month, a single mom with kids facing eviction, she had to talk to her landlord. She went through Sweet Pay, which is like a small financing company, anyways, to get going for like $424. For her first month, she contracted $9K. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but for someone who was making $1,500 to $2,000 a month, that's a game changer, right? Now, let me ask you this. Are you a single guy? Do you have any like kids, anything like that?
Nothing. No girl, nothing.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some context. Okay, so prior to me being married, I was a single dad, 3 kids, and I have custody of all my kids. So lawyers' fees up the ass. Okay. Now, if we're talking about budgeting, I had 3 kids plus me, and I eat like crazy. So I was doing, if I could afford it, and I was making at that time 40K a year. You're a single man with no kids, right? We can definitely do this. Okay, so I want to provide, like, give you some clarity on that. The credit card thing, I totally get you don't want to put that on there, but if this is just a means to an end, and it allows you to get started and actually take action and not be stuck in a spot, because guess what? There's never going to be an ideal timing, my man. Today, it could be figuring out the payment options. Tomorrow, it could be, heaven forbid, your car needs to get fixed, and now we're dropping thousands of dollars on some car parts. It's gonna be unpredictable, man, right? But what we can be predictable is what our controllables are. Our controllables are just following through with a game plan, right? Your clients, you have customized programming for your clients, right or wrong?
Yes.
So do you feel like they're pretty successful when they follow the game plan as laid out?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, when they're with you in person, do they rarely get injured?
Rarely. If they do, I'm pissed.
Right. Because why is that? Why do they rarely get injured, if ever? Why?
Because it's controlled.
Right. So you're teaching them the proper foundations to become a stronger individual and to get to their goals. No different than what our coaches are going to be doing for you. And it's not just one. If you saw that, there's multiple touch points.
Right.
So it's like a safety net. 2, you're there to spot them. That 3 times your investment there is there to spot you. It's basically saying, hey, my man, we know that you're good at this. Now it's just time to back that up.
Okay.
Right? You've already mentioned that you've been through this. We've tried multiple different avenues, and it always comes back to you wanting to come back to your true passion. But now we can actually make our true passion as something that's not just sustainable, but actually lucrative. And when you do something with passion and you have the right heart posture, the money comes with it.
Yeah.
So right now, there's just a level of, holy shit, I'm actually taking action. I have no one else to blame. That's the thought process, because that's what I went through. Right? What if I don't make it? Versus, I'm gonna make damn sure everything in my possibilities, I'm going to ensure that I make this. Worst case scenario, man, you do exactly as you want to, exactly as we have laid out. You follow the game plan, the strategy, you do everything to a T, and you don't be successful, you get your money back. There's zero risk. Now, if you do everything and then some, you're gonna have 3 times minimum what you make, what you invested in.
All right.
You got this, man. You got this. Let's do it. You got this, my man. I wouldn't ask you to do anything that I didn't do. I went through this, but just this course, I didn't go through this course, so we didn't have Chat GPT back when I went through it. So you have a luxury there. Client pays out in 60 days. We will honor the 6,500 here. Resource. It all contract guarantees. I know I spell guarantees wrong. It's fine. That's what spell check's for. So, all right. So that's solid. Now, here it's going to ask you for your routing account number. If you don't want to put that in there, totally fine. Just put NA in that line. Okay. And then I'm going to send this over to you. I'll have you sign it, and then you can send me that picture. If you haven't done that, make sure you send that next.
Yeah, it should have gone through.
Cool. Let me check it here in a second. All right, I'm gonna send this your direction now. Let me know when you get it, and then go ahead and look that over and sign it, and we'll get you rolling. See, that's a smile of a confident motherfucker right there, man. Let's go. Come on. I got the picture.
Oh, okay. Oh, cocky ass. That's what that looks like.
No, it's just, that's a man that's self-assured, brother. Did you get the email?
There it is.
Cool. Go ahead and look that over. And then once you sign that, I'll go over next steps. How far is Tennessee from Texas? What's that travel distance?
So from Dallas to where I moved was 10 hours. So it wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad at all. Crazy thing is my sister lives down in South Texas, down by Houston.
Yeah.
And our home is in Amarillo, and it takes her 10 hours to go from where she is to Amarillo, and it's all in the same state.
Yeah, my pastor was talking about that. They said Texas is the biggest state. You can drive 14 hours and still be in the same state.
You can.
That's nuts.
Yep. And like from Dallas to El Paso's on the west side, is 10 hours. And Dallas is like in the middle of the state. No, well, I shouldn't say middle. It's more on the east. It's closer to Louisiana. So yeah, when I made the drive, it wasn't that bad. Now Washington to Texas, that's a different story. That was a 35-hour drive.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, it was rough, but I got out of there quickly. I think that's got everything.
Got it?
I think.
Let me check it on my end. Let's see here. You might have not hit submit because right now it says still needs to sign.
I think it did it.
All right, let me check it now. Boom. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to share my screen again. Am I already doing that? Let's see. Share screen. Okay. All right. So check this out. So your next steps, what's going to happen is you're going to have an onboarding specialist reach out to you probably tomorrow between 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and 12 p.m. Okay. So what this looks like is you're going to have a packet texted to you. So you'll have all your course information, you'll have course access, you'll be able to book your game planning call. You do not have to wait for your game planning call in order to start the course. Okay. Now, once you do get course access, I want you to pay attention to this. Where it says welcome to NLCA's 10K Accelerator Program, you're going to click on that. You're going to let it play all the way through. That's going to unlock the rest of the course. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do not skip. Some of these things kind of sound like I don't need to know that. Let everything play through its entirety because this is how they track to see if you completed the course to its fullest material. Click on every overview module. Let that save to your Google Docs every time you get to a module. Okay. And then let the videos play all the way through. Don't try to fast forward and hit complete before they're done. Okay. That's how they track it. All right. It'll give you a step-by-step game plan on like what we need to focus on week to week in order to get to that 0 to 5K, et cetera. Right. Let that play all the way through. So after tomorrow, you'll be ripping and rolling. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right. So you got to be a little bit excited, man. I know we just made a huge decision.
Not really.
Dude, trust me, man. This is a big time game. This is a game changer, right? You finally invested in yourself. You took action. You held yourself accountable. So now all it comes down to is you just executing a game plan like you have your clients do every single day. No different. Utilize your coaches. Utilize that group support. Don't be too proud to ask questions. Don't think any question's stupid.
Okay.
If you do that and literally you use this course, dude, this is a resource. Just like you're a resource to your clients, all the wealth of knowledge that you've obtained over the years, you're creating like weapons for individuals, right? Same thing here. Use everything to its fullest capacity. Do not hold back. I literally messaged my coach multiple times a day. I didn't care if I was annoying. I paid to be annoying.
Right.
Same thing with your private Facebook group. If you're not getting your question answered, so I used to text my coach and then I'd go take to the private Facebook group because I'm getting different perspectives. So say, for instance, if you're in that group, you might be further along than me. Maybe you're a master level coach. You see my question, you're going to type in your perspective. So I got to see different people's perspectives that were further along than me. I used to hang out in the private Facebook group. I'd have my phone open there because I'd see other people asking questions that I know eventually down the road I would be asking. So it's better for me to already have obtained that information than versus constantly ask the same shit over and over, right?
Right.
Treat this like a career, my man. You will get paid like one. This secondary source of income will treat you like in a full-time main position.
Okay.
Still gives you that flexibility to do things that you love in person. Take advantage of this, my man. I'm serious. Short-term discomfort, 4 months to be years ahead of other individuals.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right. You gonna promise me?
Yeah.
All right, my man. Let's do it. Have a great night. If you have any questions, concerns, shoot me a text. But you'll have your course access, all that stuff. Your coaching game planning call will be set up, and then you'll be ripping and run with that coach. Cool?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, my man. You have a great night.
All right. See you, brother.
Later, man.
Bye.